Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you the four most profitable segmentation pillars that you can apply for your e-commerce store. These are very simple to follow pillars, so you can tweak around to see what suits you and your business, and then you can implement it right away. The platform that we are using is Klaviyo, and I'll show you in a bit live example how to build that segmentation and also results from it. Very simple. For most profitable segments that we use is the engagement, very engaged segment for value campaigns. So you're not necessarily only sending promotion and sale. Sometimes you just want to educate your customer, blogs, newsletter. These are one of the best segments to send to. The next one is sale. This is when you want to send your promotion, discounts, freebies, giveaways. This is the best segment to send to. Sale. The third one is a VIP segment. You need to leverage word of mouth, things you can't track, but it does work. Increasing your followers on Instagram, on Facebook, and whatnot. VIP is a huge segment. They made up around 30 to 40% of your store revenue. So be sure to send them separate stuff. And it's also very profitable to send them. The fourth one will be Predictive Analytics. This is only available in Klaviyo as so far. I'm not sure MailChimp and other platforms have it, and I will show you how to use it in a bit. You can see I leverage these segments and for campaign sending, not so much for flows, because flows are triggered. This is around 470,000 email lists. You can see per email in that segment we make 38 cents and 7 cents. So it's huge when you actually multiply across. Of course, if you have a lower list, a low number, let's say 100,000, 50,000, then your revenue per email will be significantly higher than ours. Just because of law of diminishing return, the larger list, the lower the revenue. But overall, the store overall performance, you should aim around $1 to $2 per email. All right. And you can see this is the top attributing email revenue as of May. One email we get around 50,000, really depending on what email we send and who we send to. All right. This is an example of flows. You can see flows per dollar per recipient is much higher than campaigns. All right. That's because flows are more triggered. They really have the intention to buy. That's why they get your welcome series, the abandoned checkout, and whatnot. Whereas campaigns, they don't really necessarily have the framework or the mindset to buy. They maybe just get your phone, scrolling through Instagram, and then they just see a message or a email pop up. They open, have a look. So the intention is not necessarily there. So for them to convert to a sale or a customer is quite powerful, actually more powerful than flows. All right, I'll go into it. I'll just move my camera here. Okay. So the first one is value engaged segment. So this is your newsletter, your blog post. You want to educate them, not necessarily sell. You want to educate them about you and your brand and your product. So a very simple definition is, of course, 30 days will be the most engaged, 60 days is less engaged, and then 90 days is less engaged, and then it can go down, 120 days engaged and whatnot. So the definition goes like this. Those who open or click your email at least once in the X days. So maybe 30 days and it will be 30 days. Like this, for example, is 90 days. Opened at least once in 90 days. So this will be the 90 days engaged. Right? This is an exact filter you can use and copy. And one note for this is the reason why we have here open or click is because if you open an email too quickly, sometimes the code in your email does not load. So the email provider that you use will not pick it up, will not tell you that, okay, this person opened the email because they opened it too quickly. So if they click, then it still picks up because you can't click to open. So that's why it's important to have that additional filter. I will show you the results, right? This is a very small list, around 1,000 over. You can see the open rate is very huge, and we only send to 30 days engaged segment. On a 60 days engaged, you can see it's a little bit lower. That's because as you broaden up your days, it will be including more people who are not engaged in the past. So it naturally goes lower. This list has around 6 to 9,000, and you can see it still works. 30 days engaged. Open rate is quite high, around definitely over the 20-25% benchmark that most e-commerce store have. And then this is 90 days engaged. I want to show you the open rate is quite low because, again, I mentioned the broader you open your list and segment, the lower the open rate. So you need to know it's a good trade-off, because when you send 90 days engage, you tend to get more revenue, but lower open rate. So you need to know how to balance between the open rate and the revenue per se, and depending on the email you set. Sales engaged email, these are when you want to send discounts and whatnot. It's actually the same function as engaged segment. The only addition filter would be place order 0 times in the last 7 or 10 days, depending on your product. Reason being, if I bought your product in the last 7 or 10 days, I do not really need another discount. If anything, I will be, all right, if you give me 30 days guaranteed return or risk-free return, I'll return the product and then buy with the additional discount. So that's like headache customers, and you don't want that for your store. So it's best to have this additional filter right there. I don't have an example for this due to a lot of PNCs, but it does work much better than the normal newsletter that you send out. VIP segment, or again, depending on your store, how many, if you're, let's say, selling deodorant or things that are recurring, maybe you want to put your place order a bit more. If you're buying a beauty fashion product that's once off, maybe you can put it a little bit higher, because those are impulse buying, and then you can set your order value a little bit higher in the last 365 days. That's how we define our VIP. Depending on your store and your product, you should know how to define your VIPs. Okay, you can extract data from Shopify, filter the top 10% of your customers, and see what they have in common, and then you can set that as the VIP. All right. VIP, you can send them exclusive launches, freebies, surprise discounts, surprise freebies, because you want to treat them very, very well. They spend a lot in your store, and they trust your brand, and they are the one that are going to push your product through word of mouth and through their social media account for free. And you really want to take care of them. You can see the open rate is very high for this VIP segment flow that we created. Good revenue as well, and a good click-through rate, place order rate, because they really love your brand, and it just makes it much easier for them to convert if you give them more exclusivity rather than just mass sending to everyone, and include some personalization as well, including the name in the subject line and a few other things. Last one would be Predictive Analytics. So far, it's only in Klaviyo. I'm not sure about Mailchimp and other email providers. Maybe in the future they'll have it. So in Klaviyo, they have their own machine learning, and you can actually predict the expected date of next order. All right. And then let's say this 30 days, you can put 14 days. I personally do it 14 days, 30 days, 45 days, and average days between orders. So let's say the average days between order is 14 days, and then I want to get these people out and then send them an email in the next 14 days or something like that, depending on your strategy as well. For this example, I'm picking people who are expected to order in the next 30 days, and then I send them a very exclusive email to prompt them to buy, right? This one I just want to recap. You can see the predictive analytics segments tend to do quite well at the top compared to the engaged segment. All right, just want to prove a point that predictive analytics is powerful. And in Klaviyo, these are all the predictive analytics segment that we send to. The open rate is very different depending on because the segment is updated every 24 hours, so the people keeps changing in the segment because it's machine learning and whatnot. Click-through rate is quite high, and you can see the revenue is definitely much higher. And this is not even sales email. This is just prompting by product feature. One of these like recycled content, just to send it out to them, just so that they are aware of it. And it does work very well. All right, I'm going to show you how you can build a predictive analytics one. This one we just call, let's say, expected date of next order will be next 14 days. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select here properties, expected date of next order in the next. You can choose here a lot, but normally I like to go with this in the next 14 days. You can play around. It's between how many days after, before, date of month. Maybe they are expected to order in the next in after September, for example, and in September we have a launch, so it works quite well then. So I'm just going to keep it simple. You can play around it for the next 14 days, and you want to make sure the email is not suppressed. Okay, that's very simple. And then just create segment, and there you have it. That's your one segmentation that's very powerful and very profitable. All right, I hope this really helped you guys improve your segmentation and increase your store revenue. I will include this this Google slides in the link or in the description wherever I'm dropping this video. and then you can try it out and let me know your results. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, reach me out on my email is the best channel. Right? Take care.